Hello and welcome to the Downsized Live. My name is Laraine Durham. I'm here with my husband of 22 years.
Christopher Durham.
It's always a challenge. And together we're the Downsized. We're the channel that talks about GLP-1 weight loss, health, fitness, working out, because you know how Christopher loves workout. And I've lost, as of today, 53 pounds on compounded Tirzepatide. We've been at this for about 78 weeks. And how much have you lost, Christopher?
102, well, 103.
103. We started on September 29th of 2023, and today is April the 16th, 2025. And
Are you doing the hand job there?
Yep. So what are you writing?
You a note, because you're a real pain in my butt.
Don't do
Real pain in my butt.
Hello, y'all know what he was writing. Y'all know what he was writing. Yeah, so we're the Downsized, and this is our live show where we take questions from you, our viewers. We are almost to, we probably are, I didn't check, to 14,000 subscribers. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. 14,001. You can be number 14,002. So we're super excited about that. That's all I got. You have anything to say?
Seems like you're doing pretty good.
Nothing to say. Okay. Today we've got a giveaway, not the big giveaway that's in 2 weeks, but tonight we're going to be giving away a scale. Roll that beautiful bean footage, Christopher.
So if you guys watched the review we did, or Laraine did, of the Renpho products, we actually have an extra. This is the Renpho scale that we reviewed. We already have one, so we don't need to. So we're going to give this away. And then a lot of you were asking, well, in those food reviews, what do you do with all that food? Well, some of it we're going to give to you guys if you want it. So I have lots of unopened, it's probably about $20 worth of meat sticks of various brands and varieties.
Chomps.
Well, that is, but there's other ones in here.
Well, it'll be.
They're not open. They're completely sealed product. Yeah,
it'll be hermetically sealed.
Oh, they're real packages of product. It just happens to be in this bag.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, so we'll do that later.
I'm not going to eat those. And Christopher's, I guess you like them okay. Some of them you didn't like.
I think they're kind of, I'm not really.
He's not a big fan. Yeah. So we're gonna see if anybody out there wants it, and we'll tell you how to win either the scale or a meat stick. Coming up.
You are in a mood tonight, aren't you?
Coming up soon. Yes, indeed. All right.
Let's see
who we got out there. We got 113 people. Did y'all all click like? I don't think so, because I only see 27 likes. But maybe I haven't really given you much to like yet. So if that's you, I understand. Hang with us for a minute. Linda Bookmiller. Yay, Linda Bookmiller. So I've been thinking about Linda all day. She sent me an email because she had been waiting and been trying to get through with a phone call to Mochi. She got through this morning and is on the way to getting some medicine resolved. So which is fantastic. I received a shipment today via Mochi from Red Rock Pharmacy for some compounded Tirzepatide, so I was very happy about that. I put the order in April 4th. Today's the 16th, so not really a bad timeline there. I know some people have been waiting longer. If you have, be like Linda and set an alarm for early in the morning and call first thing in the morning, and you'll probably get through a lot easier than in the middle of the day or at night. Okay. Crump 133. Hey, Tina, happy Wednesday. Video data. Hi, Chris, Laraine, and everyone in the GLP community on the live this evening.
Hello everybody.
Data. It's Mel B. Hi, CD, Laraine, and friends. Hey, Mel B. AK Fun. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signs bill blocking PBM ownership of pharmacies into law. So is that like Aetna and CVS? No.
Well, CVS Health owns CVS, and CVS owns. I mean, that's all the same thing. That would be the biggest one impacted for sure.
Yeah. So I have
I think one of the others owns some smaller pharmacies, but.
So I have a friend whose husband works for American Airlines out of Charlotte, and she can only get prescriptions at CVS and have it be.
Yeah,
in
that
her
doesn't
insurance.
necessarily have anything
Is
to
that
do with it.
this?
It might, but a lot of insurance companies negotiate with drug, and so that's not a huge surprise.
Right.
So inevitably, sooner or later, the FTC is going to break up some of those, because right now you have insurance companies that own PBMs that also own drugstores, and they're getting paid 3 times out of all that. So that's inevitable. Good for Sarah Huckabee, good for the state of Arkansas.
Didn't she used to be the press secretary?
She was the press secretary.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like her. I think we like her. Shonda C says, hello, everyone. Hard to know. Hard to know these days. Yeah, Shonda. Terry Luckin, thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Terry. Thin from Within 66, thanks for being a member. Good evening, everyone, she says. LM Davis says, hi, all. Betsy Schaefer, hi, everyone. I'm new here. Happy to join this awesome group. Well, we're happy to have you.
Thanks for being a member of Book Club Downsized as well.
If anybody out there wants to know about being a member of Club Downsized, you could hit the join button. You can do it later because it'll take you somewhere else to another video about us talking about it. But it just is another way that you can support us in our journey to become full-time GLP-1 content creators. Our content is always free. It's just a way to support us. So we appreciate it. You get some fun emojis. I have a special Facebook group for Club Downsized members, and we have a members only live show. We did one last night. It was big fun. So join us for Club Downsized. Jess for Me says, hi, everyone. Hi, Jess. Wendy Herrera, loved your workout video this week. Thank you. I've been trying to record like when I'm in my class, and I'm kind of like secretly trying to record myself because I don't know if the instructor will yell at me or not. And today I was trying to record something, and it was a different instructor, and she's just like, take a yoga block and put it under your foot, and and I was just like, this is this is way too complicated. So I tried to make another one today, but I didn't do very well. I don't know. I'm getting better as I go. Howdy, Julie. Heart goes like this. Tanya Maldonado. I'm starting semaglutide compound, but was told they can't fill past 422. What are we going to do? What other options or meds are available?
Well, so there's a lot. You're new.
Great question.
So if you go back, there's a whole that we've done a lot of news episodes about all of the legal things that are happening with GLP-1s on both semaglutide and Tirzepatide. There's a case in the courts right now that's going back and forth on whether semaglutide will be able to continue to be available, and the FDA has set a date. I assume that, I don't remember exactly when it is, but it's right there at the end of the month. So there are some compounding pharmacies and telehealth providers that believe they will be able to continue to provide it. If you look around, the one we've used, Mochi, Orderly, there's 3 or 4 different ones that should be able to go and source it through. Their belief is that by customizing doses in different strengths, so slightly bigger, slightly smaller than the national brands, as well as perhaps adding or changing the recipe a little bit, adding a vitamin or something to it, they can continue to prescribe. Remains to be seen whether or not they'll be able to do that. For you right now, what do? You stock up as much as you can from your current provider. Maybe you want to look around at one of the other ones and see if you can get some more and just build out your stock. And then, of course, if you don't know what a bud date is, that's best used by date. It's written on your vial. Make sure you're using your medication in the order before it expires. So there's not a lot of good answers to that. Beyond that, you can go to branded products. So of course, Novo Nordisk is the company who invented and owns Wegovy and Ozempic. They have some coupons out there. You can get it a little bit cheaper from them. They do it's called a NovoCare, and you can get direct online product as well. They've reduced their prices recently. It's not as cheap as the compounded, but it's cheaper than it was, as well as Tirzepatide and Eli Lilly and Zepbound and Mounjaro all have some coupons and things going on there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't already, talk to your doctor and begin to build a plan, because stock up. We don't know what's going to happen is the answer.
If you want to go to joinmochi.com, I have a code you can use to save $40 on your first order. It's QIYG, the letter O, and 8. And they've been slow getting orders out, but I feel like things are picking up. So I have that information if you want it. All right. Let's take another question. Looking good. Are y'all still with us? Yes. Have you heard about the recall in Massachusetts? Yes. I have a 3-month supply I haven't used in my fridge. Okay. So, yes, if you are a Mochi Health member and you bought meds from Equita, and you got your meds from Equita Pharmacy, this is prior to about March 18th. Equita Pharmacy was shut down March 18th, about, I think, 18th, 19th, somewhere in there. And
By the state of Washington.
By the
not
state of
Massachusetts.
Washington. There was nothing, in this letter, it states there was nothing wrong with the medication. It had been tested and third-party verified. It was just as a precaution from the state of Massachusetts.
That was the state of Washington.
No, the state of Massachusetts sent out these letters to people in Massachusetts.
Right, but the Massachusetts, so there was only one thing that happened. Akita got shut down by the state of Washington. Now, months later, Massachusetts has released a voluntary recall.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure why it took them so long. They're not forcing anybody to recall. There's no. It's very strange that they sent it out, honestly. But yeah, we've heard it's not new news. It's the same event that happened essentially months ago.
Well, this letter is from Massachusetts is relatively new, and our marketing manager confirmed that it was a real letter. Should you use it? Should you send it back? That's up to you. I think you can get your money back if you send it back. I just finished my last Equita vial last week, so I've been using Equita.
And if you're concerned about your Equita medication, Mochi has released on their website, it's on their blog. You can go and look at you can look up your batch number and see the testing on it.
Yeah, it's on the Mochi blog. So you have to go to joinmochi.com and go to the section. It's not easy to find, but if you search for the blog on the website, you can find it.
But yeah, so we are currently still with Mochi. I don't know how long that we continue to evaluate that though. So we're not loyal to any one of these companies. We've bought from a lot of them. I have a prescription for national brand. Our goal is to stay healthy and continue to use these medications in the most affordable, accessible, safe way possible.
Mm-hmm.
And if something changes, we'll let you know. But right now we are.
I got an order today. Yep. Congratulations on the 14,000. Moving on up. Thanks, Shonda. Mel B, congratulations on 14,000. Yes, thanks, Mel B. I don't want no meat sticks. Me neither. I don't want no meat sticks either. I'm not a meat sticks fan. I'm a protein bar fan. I like protein drinks. I like, all the protein cereals. Well, most of them. Hey, it's Tia from Denver, Colorado. Hello. Julie Lenhart. I'm with you, Laraine, on the meat sticks. LOL. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. OMG, I love y'all and so happy you hit 14,000 subscribers. Well, thanks, Missy. Is that a dog's nose there? It's awfully close
Looks
up.
like a little fuzzy doggy.
Tanya, hello from Michigan. Been a subscriber for a couple weeks now. Enjoying your content. Well, thanks. That looks like a Greek last name. I don't know how to say it, but I'm half Greek, so I can recognize it. I just can't necessarily say it. Somebody says they got a friend request from me. I hope I'm not hacked.
More likely you were spoofed, but yeah. Stella says, good evening, the Downsized fam. Hello, Stella. Jess.
I can't get anyone on the phone. Do y'all know if I could send it back for a refund?
Probably not is the answer.
If you got that letter, I think it outlines instructions on what to do in that letter. If you're trying to call Mochi, they've been kind of slammed. It's hard to get through. I would suggest calling in the wee hours of the morning. Hey, Shorty. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Hello to all. I've stumbled upon you. Hey, Susan, Patricia. Happy to be watching. Currently started Zepbound last night. Looking for tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks. Well, here's the tip and the trick. I'll tell you my one secret. There are no tips and tricks. Take the shot. Take it every week, whether you want to or not. Take it whether you're going on vacation, whether you have a birthday. Take it. The only reason you don't take it is if your doctor says don't take it because you have a procedure or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is a long road, and it's about 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 52 weeks, and hitting that average weight loss piece. Oh, hello, Piggy. How are you, sir?
You can drink water. You can be ready with some constipation remedies. A lot of people get constipation. You might get tired, be able to rest after your shot day. Okay, Piggy asked no more. 9. Thanks, Piggy. The letter was on Akita letterhead. Anyway, old news for sure. But until Mochi comes clean and becomes 1,000% transparent, this storm won't pass.
I'm not sure which letter you're talking about. I think the letter this lady was talking about was from the state of Massachusetts. But
I got a copy of it, and
we saw it.
A lot of the Mochi influencers were asking for another update from the leaders of Mochi today. So a lot of them are getting flack from their members, their
and Piggy,
followers.
I think they believe they have been transparent about it. The whole conversation around who owns Akita and what it is so confusing. I don't know what the truth of it is. I know what they've said. I know what Reddit Sherlock Holmes sleuths have said. I don't know what the truth of it is. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Akita doesn't exist. I honestly don't believe Akita will ever be back. So now it's about, are you going to fulfill what you need for your customers from a safe, affordable pharmacy in a timely manner? And they either get their ducks in a row and do that, or they're gone. There's no question about it. So looking back, I don't know. I know what the CEO told us. Whether that's true or not, I have no special interest, nor do I have the FBI to go investigate this. So, and I don't chase conspiracy theories about it. It just is what it is.
I mean, if I can keep getting medicine, I'll keep getting medicine. Once I can't, then we'll figure something else out. We'll probably, if compounding were to completely go away, we would probably go to the Zepbound vials because that's a little bit cheaper than using the coupon. There's a Eli Lilly coupon, and if you are new to the coupon, you can get Zepbound with commercial insurance for $650 a month, which is ridiculously expensive.
$400 cheaper than.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll keep you posted as we roll along.
Tips and tricks. Take the shot. Take the shot. Take the shot. Be patient.
That's the hardest part. We have some other videos too, and we'll talk about more things as we go on.
Well, and ask any questions you have.
Well, she did, and you. Okay. Some meat sticks are okay. Some of them are.
It's free stuff.
Some of them are. All right. Hello, I'm on day 1 of Mounjaro. New subscriber. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Day 1. Hello from Seattle. Kate Elliott. Hello from Seattle. Hello, everyone. I just hit that like button. Well, thank you, Freddie Man. I hope everyone else will hit it as well. Hi from Maryland, Linda G. So one tip that I always like to tell people is drink water. The fat cannot leave your body. Well, it can leave by perspiration, urination, or respiration, right? So you have to get the fat like going. So if you're not hydrated, it makes it harder. So everybody take a big sip of water right now.
So Mariella with an L, hi Laraine, any of your kids doing the GLP-1 treatment? So let me answer that because sorry. So we have 3 children that are, how old is Alexander now? 27? 27,
20 and 18.
20 and 18 too. And they have asked us to not talk about them. And we do our best to not do that. But they prefer not to be talked about. What I will tell you is we believe in this intensely. And if it's appropriate, then we would encourage that to happen based off of their medical need. Beyond that, that's it.
Yeah, if you're under 18, you can go on Wegovy. If you're over 18, you can go on Zepbound. If you have a child who needs this, like, check it out with your doctor. I absolutely would recommend it. Always check with your doctor because it works. I would love to get the scale. I started my journey, was it Saturday? 3 weeks ago and just lost 2 pounds. Yay! So 1 to 2 pounds a week is average weight loss on these GLP-1 medications.
What is?
He likes to say 0.5 pound to 2 pounds, but if you're telling me I'm only going to lose 0.5 pound a week,
it's not me. It's Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk and the research that was done.
Laraine says,
and Laraine,
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, let's say that a couple times.
I'm not a doctor. This is just my experience. And my experience is I lost 1.58 pounds a week on my way to lose 50 pounds. So that was my experience. I think your average is around 1.5-ish also.
But it's after 77 weeks. So
mine was after like 30.
Right. So some weeks you'll be up, some weeks you'll be down, some weeks you'll be flat. So if you're beating your head on the wall every day, every week, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be looking back at those averages and going, oh, it turns out this week I lost 7 pounds. This week I lost 0. And as you average that number out, it's going to be somewhere between 1 and 2 pounds.
Yeah, so keep notes, keep a spreadsheet of your progress, your shot date, your shot location, your dosage, your weight, how much pounds you lost for the week, how much pounds you have lost running total. And that's why I love this scale, because it Bluetooths to your phone and there's an app on your phone and then you can just see everything on your phone. Like I used to write down, I had a little notebook in my bathroom and I would weigh myself and I'd write down the number. And I did that literally for years. Like I have several notebooks of just weights written down. So now I don't have to do that. It goes right to my phone. And then people say, well, but why do you keep a spreadsheet too? Well, I kind of like to keep notes of all the things, like what was going on that week. Did we travel? Was it a holiday? Was it, we went out for Father's Day and ate a big lunch, and that kind of messed me up. So I like to keep notes. Okay, we got another super chat from Piggy. Thank you, Piggy, for your super chat. And brighter news, it's been a whole week here in Indiana without snow. Oh my God, you get snow in Indiana in April? Do you know that there's warmer places to live?
Indiana's lovely.
We lived in Omaha, Nebraska has it been 10 years now?
Yeah, a long time ago.
About 10 years ago. And it snowed in May. And I said, we have got to get out of here.
And it was snowing the day we left.
It was snowing the day we left.
Yeah.
Never went back there, that's for sure. But it's a lovely city. If you live there, it was lovely. Very nice. Yeah. The weather just was not for me. Hello, I love that I can join you on your live. I watch all your replays. Okay, well,
Marlene,
thank you for joining us, Marlene.
Missy, what is a PBM? A PBM is a pharmacy benefit manager.
Mm-hmm.
The way the American system is set up is pretty complicated, and it's based on layers and profit. So essentially, you have an insurance company, and whether you know it or not, there is probably a pharmacy benefit manager, and that pharmacy benefit manager is a company that's often owned by the insurance company, but that is there to define what they call their formulary, so the lists of drugs that they cover and how much they cover them for, and then go and be an intermediary between the insurance agency and the drug companies and negotiate those things. The challenge of those PBMs is that they also get paid in a lot of different ways. So they might get paid a flat fee. They might get paid a percentage of each prescription written. So the more something costs, often the better it is for them. It's all kind of convoluted and a mess. So what they're talking about in Arkansas is the PBMs or the insurance companies could not own a drugstore. Well, one of the biggest in the world or in the United States is CVS Health, the bigger company. CVS Health also owns CVS, the drugstore, which owns Aetna, and they own Aetna, the insurance agency, and they own the PBM, the pharmacy benefit manager. So they own all three. So they're getting paid at each spot. So they make money as an insurance company, they make money as a drugstore, and they make money as a PBM. Everybody gets profit but you. If you believe the congressional hearings that happened last year, the CEO of Novo Nordisk testified before the Help Committee and said that 74 cents of every dollar goes to a PBM. So it doesn't go to the manufacturer, it doesn't go to the drugstore, it goes to a PBM. So a lot of people, including us, believe that PBMs are contributing to a lot of the high cost in these drugs. Thus, we often call for insurance reform, PBM reform, healthcare reform, just to kind of get rid of some of those complexities and those levels of profit that are built in, because the PBM didn't develop the drug. They don't manufacture the drug. They don't distribute the drug to you. They're not the pharmacist. They're just an in-between. As I like to say, they're like a Lloyd Dobler on Say Anything, but you have to be old enough to get that reference.
I just saw something about him on Facebook the other day. Wayne Whitmer sent us a super chat.
Wayne, hold on.
Thank you. Thank you, Wayne. Needed a dose of positivity, and I knew I had to join you both and my fellow encouragers this evening.
Hello, Wayne.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you for your super chat. Thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. We appreciate you. Yep, I see Wayne on the Facebooks all the time. And in other news, Donna Lutz Johnson says it's 76 degrees right now in Omaha. Thanks, Donna. I think Donna's coming on the cruise with us too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have my phone right here. So, but thank you, Wayne and Piggy. And everyone for joining us today. Hi from Massachusetts. I love you too. Aw, thank you. Valerie K. Williams. Hello. Down 106 on maintenance now. Wow. That is amazing.
So if you're new here, and it looks like there are quite a few people here that are new, if you have something like you've lost weight, your A1C went down, if there's something you want to celebrate, I'll give you confetti. So it's all digital. It's all fun, but
let us know. So I don't think I said
if you have a question, please put a Q at the front, because we'll end up with a bunch, and I want to make sure I hit any questions that are happening here.
Yeah. So we haven't talked about our dosage. I went all the way up to the highest dose I took was 12.5 of compounded Tirzepatide, and then after being on 12.5 a while, I started coming back down. And now for the past 2 weeks, I've taken a dose of 5 milligrams, and I've been able to maintain my weight. Like I'm actually, today I weighed 139 with 0.0, which is the lowest. I started 193. I lost 50 pounds, got to 143, and now I'm like dropping a little bit further. Today's 139. And so, I don't know where I'm going. You know what I mean? Like 5 seems to be working. It seems to be fine. I feel like I need to eat a little bit more. I'm kind of like where I want to be. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just hang out at 5 for a while, because what I'm really thinking is if compounding goes away at some point, I could switch to that Lilly 5 milligram vial. Is it $4.99? And I think the 2.5 milligram vial is $3.99.
I think so.
So maybe I can get to 2.5. Now, you know what? And your mileage may vary, right? Because I've seen people lose 50 pounds, never going up from 2.5. I've seen people who have not really lost weight until they got to 12.5 or 15. So that's why I think it's important to chart your progress and keep track of what dose works for you. Okay. Kirsten's Memories
Kirsten, you
Thanks
can say
for the
anything
super
you
chat.
want.
If I pay more for a super chat, can I say what I really think
Say
of PBMs?
anything you want, Kirsten.
Yeah, we're not fans of PBMs because there's no benefit for the customer, right? But yeah, no, thank you. If I pay more for a super chat, can I say
Oh,
what
but
I
here,
really
let me
think?
give you. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I'll give you the Carlton here.
That red Thriller jacket.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what just came over me. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Hit the like button. Yeah, no, we're not fans of PBMs. We're not fans.
Well, we're not fans of anybody who adds complexity and expense and doesn't add value.
Right. Like, where's my value? I'm a value shopper, right? I mean, you have to be a value shopper when you're on this medication,
Yeah, so
because you're
nobody
paying so
looks
much.
at the PBMs and go, oh, if they weren't in the system, something would fail. They don't.
No, I don't even know.
The insurance companies can negotiate their own prices, as they should.
Sadie says, I got my semaglutide from a med spa. Yeah, I had my friend Sandy, who I interviewed. She's 70. She's 77. I work out with her at the gym. She's amazing. So my friend Sandy was also getting semaglutide from a med spa, and she figured out that they were charging her all these extra charges. So just keep your eye open for that. They were charging to inject her with the medication. They were charging her for extras that they said she needed, different vitamins, different supplements, different things. And then she figured out the time she spent going there and waiting and doing all the things that she could just order it online, and it was quicker. So you know what? If it works for you, that is fantastic. But
watch the cost, because if you go back and look at the research that was done around both semaglutide and Tirzepatide, they didn't add extra stuff. I mean, you can go see. So the Novo Nordisk
trials
research on semaglutide, there was no extra. They didn't say give you this whatever. It was just the medicine. So unless you have a specific need for it, there's no reason to pay a lot of extra. And very often, that stuff should really come from your primary care physician, and you should do blood work, and then there's a cheaper way to get it than that.
I take multivitamins, I take some calcium, I take fish oil, I take electrolytes. I find electrolytes just kind of help me feel better, especially when I go work out. I'll put a pack in my water and take my big water with me. I just feel like I recover faster. If I'm tired, maybe I'll drink extra water with electrolytes. That's what I do. You do a multivitamin.
That's the only thing I take is a multivitamin.
And for years I couldn't even get him to do that. So
it took me a while to find one that I liked. So they just taste bad, and I would
sometimes they upset
I
your
don't know.
stomach.
Some of them upset my stomach. The one that I have now works well for me.
Yeah.
Mimi,
hello everyone. Mimi.
Aussie Craig.
Hello, Aussie Craig. Thanks for being a member. Hello, Downsizers. Simply Taisha. Hey, Taisha. Hey, Christopher, Laraine, and Downsized fam. Happy Wednesday. Marlene says, is there different emojis available to Club Downsized
There is,
members?
absolutely.
Yes,
so there's 4 or 5, I think, right now. And actually, I got a note today from YouTube that said after you hit certain things, they unlock things. So I think I can add some more emojis. I'll have to go back and look at it.
Do you get so many members or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think as you grow,
how many members do we have? Don't you have the list?
Yes.
Why don't you pull up the list? You had a Post-it note with all the things.
It's this one right here. Thank you.
That's why I'm here.
There we go.
So here's a list of, take the comment. Yeah. So I know it's small, but here is all of our Club Downsized members. We thank you for being a member of Club Downsized, and we thank you. And there it is. And there you have it. If you don't see your name there, if you're looking for your name and you're like, I don't see it, it's probably there, but you can ask me anyway. Abby Clark has a super chat.
Let's see here.
Question. Hi from Dallas, Texas. Is Mochi still doing custom dosing. Did I get 16.6 today?
I think it depends on the pharmacy they're delivering to you from. I know that Red Rock is for them. We had 16.6 dosing.
Yeah. It depends on where you live. I don't know where I think Texas is in the Red Rock area. There's a map that shows what state, you get. All right. It depends on your state as to what compounding pharmacy will ship to you. And if it's Red Rock, then yes, it's compounded dosage. I think my Empower shipment was 15 milligrams, which is a standard dose, but they shifted most people away from Empower pharmacy. So if you're Red Rock, they are doing the custom dosing. And I think it was compounded with glycine.
I think so. But it may vary.
Yeah, I've seen it compounded with niacinamide, and I've seen it just plain. Full of Grays says, happy hump day. J-Lo, matzah, not a GLP-1 friendly food.
Sure it is.
Who?
Sure it is.
Did you watch watch us talk about going to a friend's Passover Seder, and Christopher made, tell them what you made, Christopher.
I made an apple cranberry walnut tart with a matzah crust that was loosely inspired by haroset. So it was pretty tasty. I mean, the thing is, we don't ban any food. There's nothing that we will not eat. We certainly do limit foods. So those sorts of starchy carbs are something we don't do that much of. But in the scheme of things, I don't know that matzah's that. I mean, how much of it you're going to eat? It's pretty. It's not like you're going to sit around and snack on a matzah cracker. It's kind of tasteless without it. Now, a good matzah ball, I'm all with you there. And we had some good matzah ball soup.
Yeah, we did.
But the reality of chicken soup is the broth and the chicken and the vegetables are all great for you. Right. So you have a matzo ball once in a while. It's fine. You just bounce it out on your calories for the day. It's all good. Oh, she's showing her the heart.
Oh, Taisha has all the emojis. Congratulations on 14,000. Thank you, Marlene. We've got 14,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button that tells YouTube to suggest us for people looking for information on GLP-1s like Ozempic, Mounjaro, Zepbound. I left one off. Wegovy.
Yep.
Semaglutide, Tirzepatide,
Rybelsus, you name it.
Rybelsus, an oldie but goodie for some people.
Michael, you had a dragster there.
Michael Clanton, congratulations on your mission for your health all of this time. Thank you, Michael Clanton. Tell us how you're doing. Give us an update, Michael Clanton. I know you've been researching, going down some very specific technical questions. So let us know what you're finding out. Oh, and Piggy has another late to the party. Oh, hi, Lori. Piggy, thank you for your super chat of $9.99. Piggy, yes, no more, says it's too bad that Congress is working overtime to complain and bash each other and the president, touring to fight oligarchy blab for 25 hours rather than serve the constituents and pass PBM reforms. I mean, there's so much happening with the government right now. I saw that the RFK guy was going to have some studies to find out what causes autism. And they're like, we've been trying to find this out for a long time.
We're not a political channel.
Moving along.
We only talk about politics where it intersects with GLP-1s. And it's really just because anybody, I'll say it again, any policy that can help us get more affordable, accessible, safer medications and be able to treat the disease of obesity is a policy we're going to support. There's just so much going on right now, and hopefully they'll all get their duckies in a row. And
let's just focus on our health. Hey, Lori, GLP-1 journey and review. She's a little late to the party, but better late than never, right? Ba-da-ba. Oh, hey Barb, health at any cost. I hit like as I walked in. Hi, Downsized friends. Welcome, newbies. It's our friend Barb. She writes a great blog and she also has a YouTube channel, Health at Any Cost. I encourage you to check it out. She has a very inspiring story. EA says, hi all. Hi, EA. Jazzy. Hey, Jazzy. Nice to see you. Thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. Linda Bookmiller says, Laraine, I'm curious, since you use the Renpho scale and work out and we have lost a similar amount of weight, what are your stats on your muscle mass loss? I lost a good bit of muscle mass. Also, did your skeletal muscle go up? Let me go to the videotape.
So the reality of all weight loss is you cannot choose how your body is going to lose weight. In any significant weight loss, the odds of losing both fat and muscle are very, very high. It's not to say you can't stop it, but it's very difficult.
So what you want to know? My skeletal muscle? No, my muscle mass?
Yep.
Okay, so my muscle mass today is 106 pounds of my 139 pounds are muscle. 106 pounds muscle mass. When I started, go way back to where I started, I had about 135 pounds of muscle. So, and now I'm at 106. So it's about 30 pounds of muscle. But when I look on the muscle on the scale, my muscle mass for my age and height is in the high range. So I had a lot of muscle to start with. My body fat is 18.8%, which is in an athlete range. My BMI is 23.2, which is in a normal range.
What was your skeletal muscle?
Skeletal muscle is 43.7, which is in the high end of the standard range. Bone mass is 6.8, which is above average. Protein, 19.7%. I don't know what that means. My BMR, according to this, now, it's not exact, but it's 1,475 calories, which is what I burn like laying down in the bed, not moving, right? And my metabolic age, is 56, which I just turned 56. So sometimes it tells me I'm 56, and sometimes it tells me I'm older than I really am, which is annoying because all my other stats are good. So, yeah, I mean, I did lose some muscle mass, and I worked out throughout this journey. I continued to work out 3 to 5 times a week. I try to eat between 80 and 100 grams of protein a day. I've not been good about hitting my protein. I probably need to focus on that a little bit more. Did my skeletal muscle go up? No.
Yep. No. And to level set, we're not doctors, of course.
Skeletal muscle.
But I was actually looking at research today. So part of what they're researching right now is how much weight loss is average. And right now they're saying somewhere between 20 and 30% of muscle is what you're going to lose.
Oh, my skeletal muscle did go up.
Your skeletal muscle went up. They're also trying to figure out what you should lose, because depending on the amount of weight that you're losing. So if you lose 50 pounds, if you lose 100 pounds, if you lose 200 pounds, you lose 300 pounds.
It is a percentage, right?
Right. It's a percentage. And if you're 200 pounds overweight, you're going to lose muscle because that 200-pound lighter person just doesn't need as much muscle to carry things around. So it's really about optimizing for your new body, not about what you were 100 pounds, 200 pounds ago.
So on 9/25/2023, which is about when we started, I had 42.4% skeletal muscle, and I weighed 193 pounds. And then today, I weigh 139 pounds, and my skeletal muscle is 47.3. So what was that again? 42.4 to 47.3. So I guess to my total weight, I've got more muscle. You know what I mean? Like the weight went down, the muscle kind of went down too, but the weight, I don't know. It's a lot of things, but Yeah, I think it's important to try to keep the muscle that you have, because to build muscle, you know how bodybuilders build muscle? Like they are eating like a gazillion grams of protein, not a gazillion, but like 200, 300 grams of protein, and doing all these things and lifting like a lot of heavy weights. And like a normal person, really,
I've never
it's
even
really
looked at the
hard to put
skeletal
on
muscle.
muscle.
My skeletal muscle, according to this was the day we started, was 36.4
Uh-huh.
September 2023. Today, it is 50.2%.
Sounds high.
So it's gone up.
How's that? I don't know how that is for men. Like, how's it on the chart? You know what I mean? Is it in the green of the
Good
chart?
question. I don't know. I don't know.
know.
I am in the green standard.
Yeah.
Just
So
regular.
I guess that's how men, they have more muscle.
I mean, because on the muscle mass, I've lost 9 pounds. So.
Yeah, no, I've
lost
remember at one
103
point
pounds.
it wasn't quite half of what I lost was muscle, but it was close. So I mean, but what are you gonna do? Like I can't choose it. And I can just keep working out, keep eating protein, keep trying to lift weights and build that muscle back. But I'd rather be 139 pounds than be 200 pounds. So there you go. Darcy Boehm. Hello from Eagan, Minnesota. I wonder your thoughts if I want to switch my shot days from Sunday to Thursday to give me more suppression for the weekends, but I'm due to titrate up this week. You can definitely move your shot day. You might want to just move it a day every week. You know what I mean?
Or 2 days.
2 days. But yeah, we take our shots on Friday after lunch because that way, we're set for the weekend, because usually we eat out over the weekend. So, but yeah, Sunday to Thursday, kind of be skipping a lot of days in there. I would say just move it 1 day a week till you get it to where you want to go. And then you won't really notice a lot of hunger or a lot of change.
Stretching it out 4 or 5 days could be a challenge depending on where you are.
Yeah.
I might move it 2 days, but
I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it. It's fine. I wouldn't make the big jump all in 1 week though. I'd break it up. All right. I guess she was still typing. You can go to.
Okay.
Have you all tried Keto Chow yet? Is that cereal? What is that? I've heard of it. I guess the answer is no. Is it like Catalina Crunch, like that stuff?
I thought it was protein powder.
Oh.
I don't know, but no, we haven't tried it, obviously. So.
No, I've heard of that, but no. Alexander Salisbury, you guys are awesome, and your information is so helpful to all of us. Thanks for always being so positive. Well, thank you for watching. Tanya says, I'm a carnivore, so I love the meat sticks. Another carnivore in the house, right? Okay. Does carnivore mean you don't eat like any vegetables?
I think there are some versions of it that go that far, yeah.
Just meat?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I mean, if you tell me I can never eat a donut again, I'm going to immediately want to eat a donut. So that's just me. Shonda C says, I wish. I don't know what that means. What's the bud date on the shipment you received today? I wrote it on the thing. I told it was 3 months out. So it was like, was it July?
I thought it was
July
7th.
Yeah. July 7th, 2025. So I got 1 vial today from Red Rock, and it had a 3-month out bud date. You might say, what's a bud date, Laraine? And that means best used by date. So theoretically, if you keep your vial sealed in your refrigerator, it'll stay good until that date. And does it magically go bad on that date? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but you're supposed to use it by. Okay. And then once you puncture the vial, you're supposed to use the entire vial within 28 days. What happens on day 29? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. That's just a best practice. Have I used it past 28 days? Yes, I have. Consult your doctor, consult your pharmacist. I am not a doctor. All right. Next question. Darcy says, wonder your thoughts on protein peanut butter. Protein peanut butter, like protein fortified. And Taisha can chime in on this because she's a big powdered peanut butter fan. So regular peanut butter only has like 7 grams of, is it 7 grams of protein per tablespoon? And it's kind of high in fat, and it's kind of high in sugar, and it's kind of high in calories. Someone's calling us.
It's our child.
You can answer if you want. You can answer. And so you might want to try PB2, which is a powdered peanut butter. And our friend Taisha on Simply Taisha does this a lot.
You need this, or can we call
she'll
you?
weigh it.
But yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Do you like peanut butter? You want to tell people that you like peanut butter? No.
Me? Yeah, I like peanut butter.
Yes. Do you use peanut butter as a protein source?
Wouldn't say I have in the past year, but historically in my life, sure.
Yeah. Sarah used to be a big peanut butter fan. Do you like the powdered peanut butter? The PB?
It's fine.
It's fine. So yeah,
she's 18. All right, boo. We'll
bye.
call you. Bye.
So the powdered peanut butter, you mix with water, and it really has a very peanutty flavor. I know Taisha likes to mix it like she weighs it out in grams and then puts frozen blueberries in it, and she'll eat that like for a meal. I don't know if that answered your question, but that's my thoughts on it. I love peanut butter. Like I used to just eat it out of like it was a real red light food for me at certain times in my life. I don't know why. And I don't like it like that anymore. I don't know. I used to also really like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like after my Friday weigh-in at Weight Watchers, I would have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch. And now it just tastes so sugary and sweet that I just don't do that anymore. All right.
All right. So we have been doing a series of taste tests on protein added things. So you can go back, and we did protein bars and protein shakes. We just did meat sticks. There's 5 or 6 of them right now. We actually were filming one this morning that was on protein added, high protein breakfast sandwiches. I don't know that there's enough peanut butters to do. Usually we're looking for 6, 7, kind of enough to do a whole segment on.
Yeah.
We could look and see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can tell you generally the way the story ends is I don't like any of the protein added things, and she likes all of them.
I like most things. Yeah, you tell me it's high in protein. Yeah, sure, I'll try it, except for meat sticks. Randy Jones, hello from Seattle. There's somebody else from Seattle here a minute ago. Shorty, Laraine, and Christopher, congratulations on your 14,000 subscribers. Oh, I think she meant Laraine. Thanks, Shorty. I know what you meant. Marilyn McGordy, what is a healthy choice creamer to put in my coffee? I'm glad you asked. Okay, so I really like ready-to-drink protein shakes as a coffee creamer. I don't know where JoJo is, Donna. So I like the Premier Protein chocolate ready-to-drink shakes, and I'll put about 1/3 of that in my coffee creamer because I started doing it because it was one Weight Watcher point, and I keep doing it because that's 10 grams of protein that I'm getting like immediately in the morning to start my day. So I've also used the OWYN,
which was the
shakes.
Absolute worst tasting thing and the lowest when we did the protein drink.
They're vegan.
Of it. I would not ruin my coffee with that stuff.
I've also used the muscle milk. Not as good, but I have some left over from our taste test. I also like the ones at Aldi. Aldi has a knockoff protein shake that is about $5.49 for a pack of 4. So it's a super good price. I like those a lot too. So I have some protein drinks in the Amazon store if you want to check them out at thedownsized.org. Also, I don't use protein powder in my coffee because I've never found one that quite dissolves enough. And then Christopher uses...
I use Coffee Mate.
Coffee Mate.
No sugar added vanilla.
Sugar-free vanilla. It doesn't have any nutritional value.
I have,
but
it's like a tablespoon.
Calories.
I have every day for the last 5 years now. As we went on to this medication, my sensitivity to sweetness went down, so I don't use nearly the sweeteners that I used to.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I don't need to chase 5 grams of protein for terrible tasting stuff.
I mean, I like it. So, but yeah, I definitely look for a sugar-free coffee creamer. I think fat is okay, but sugar in the morning is just no bueno, especially on this medicine. Downsizing Diva. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Laraine and Chris. I'm laughing at Mel B. Hey, Shay, how are you? Thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. Shay, Downsizing Diva has a channel you can follow also for GLP-1 information. And Mel has sent us a super chat. Thank you, Mel. Owen is the devil, reincarnated. That is all.
Full stop.
Super. Yeah, it's not, I would not drink it straight. In coffee, it's okay, and I just have some leftovers.
It would just ruin my coffee. It is so bad.
But if you can't drink not lactose, but milk whey, like the milk protein, it's an alternative. If you want to do vegan, it's an alternative. It's not my favorite. My favorite is Premier Protein. Like if I could be a spokesperson for Premier Protein.
Really? Because the Fairlife is so much better than Premier Protein.
Well, I mean, Fairlife is like, it's just super premium, right? It's just expensive. But like Premier Protein, it has lots of flavors. It's fun. I've drank it for years. I love it. But yeah, Fairlife really does taste the best, but it's expensive. But
you don't drink that much. Why not buy something that tastes good?
Because in coffee, it's
don't ruin my coffee.
Really all the same. And then I just start my day with protein, and I'm not spending $4 a bottle for Fairlife protein shake. Health at Any Cost says, on a cruise note, I bought my first pair of lace shoes since I was a teen. I'm 64 for the cruise, wearing them to stretch the leather so I can dance. Yes, Barb. That's awesome. You don't think about those things, right? Like being able to tie your shoes or not being able to tie your shoes. And now everything gets easier when you lose some weight, right? You can bend down and pick stuff up easier. You can dance. You can
Since
move.
Barb mentioned the cruise, why don't
we'll do our... Would you like to come on a cruise with us? We are having a group cruise. It's the Downsized at Sea Cruise presented by Mochi Health. You do not have to be a Mochi Health member to join us. It is June 23rd through the 27th on the Celebrity Reflection. We're going to Bimini and Nassau in the Bahamas. It's a 4-night cruise leaving out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And you can go to our website at thedownsized.org to get in touch, see how to get in touch with our travel agent, and see how you can sign up for the cruise. We can also tell them about the contest that's coming up. Okay, so here's a hot tip. And if you've watched us now for almost an hour, this is a hot tip that you want to do. You want to go to cancerobesityconnection.org, not now, when we're done, but go ahead and type it into like another thing or write it down. cancerobesityconnection.org and sign up for the newsletter. It's our friend Condi Carmack's newsletter. He's a super smart molecular biologist who is studying the cancer-obesity connection.
And GLP-1s.
And GLP-1s. Did you know that cancer was related to obesity? Doesn't that
Okay, so how does this relate to the cruise?
Okay, so go sign up for the newsletter. And then on April 30th, 2 weeks from today.
Yep.
2 weeks from today, Condi is going to come on this live, and we're going to spin the wheel with everybody's names on it.
So if you sign up for the newsletter, you will be entered to win a cruise for two.
I was getting to that.
At a value of $4,000.
Yeah.
Okay. If you've already bought your cruise, that's okay. He'll just send you a check for $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So go sign up for it today.
Yeah.
And on the 30th, Condi will be live, and we will spin a big wheel, and we will draw a name, and they will win a $4,000 value cruise for two. Could be airfare, whatever. You get to $4,000.
Yeah. So I think we've got about 37 people signed up to go on the cruise. Donna just asked me. So about 37 people. So it'll be fun. We'll do group stuff together. We'll have meet and greets. We have a swag bag. We're still putting stuff together, but we'll have a swag bag, and we're going to record a live show from the ship So that'll be tons of fun. And you can hang out with us and meet other GLP-1ers and peruse the buffet together and, figure all that out. It'll be fun. Come join us. Downsized at sea. Laraine, that's a fabulous color on you. Well, thanks, Sue. I like pinks. I like red. I like royal blue is a really good color for me too. So you've probably seen this top before. I was just thinking I need to get some new tops because people are going to be tired of seeing me in the same 5 tops. Missy, Laraine, great job on your muscles. Gun show. Okay. You look great. Want to know about health things like inflammation and insulin resistance. I've noticed that I'm not inflamed on these meds anymore. A lot of people say that, right? It takes the inflammation out of your body. These medications were developed for type 2 diabetes to help regulate their sugar levels, help with insulin, all those things. So yeah, it definitely makes a difference. And I think everybody should, get some movement into your day, exercise start however you can, walking or, lifting things around your house or go to the gym and ask somebody to help you. Mel B, thanks for the super chat. OWN literally stands for only what you need. Yes, you are correct. But how about only what you need and nothing you like? It has the nerve to be super expensive. Okay, I digress. Tell us how you really feel, Mel. Super chat. You know what? And there's a lot of protein products out there, right? And do you have to use these protein products?
Nope.
No, you do not. It is always best to eat real food, right? Chicken, salmon, eggs, although they're expensive.
They're really not as
that
far as protein
expensive.
goes.
Tuna. I like tuna. And the pouch of tuna, 16 grams of protein. It's a quick thing. What else do we eat? Anyway, eat real food. Thank you, Mel. Thanks for the super chat. You know how I love to go off on a tangent.
I don't even listen. What were you saying?
La. Everybody hit the like button and drink some water.
Yeah, we have, 232 people out there and 161 likes.
Any food aversion since being on GLP-1? I was a big wine drinker, especially after post-COVID. You just fell into some really bad habits. And then when I started these GLP-1s, I started compounded Tirzepatide, I just really did not care for the taste of wine anymore. And it almost to the point of where it was just not good. Sometimes I can drink it now, 78 weeks later, I can drink a glass here or there, but it's just kind of wiped from my brain, right? I can drink other things, but wine has kind of just dampened for me. So, and a lot of people report that things that they were very addicted to before. Some people report that with coffee. Some people report that with online shopping or gambling, or, it works on that addiction center in your brain, right? So, that's how about you? You have any food aversions?
Food aversions, no. I do have a hypersensitivity to sweetness, though. I mean, so which makes it a lot easier because I will still eat occasionally, not often, ice cream or a birthday cake.
Yeah.
If it's Lorraine's birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not a cake fan, but what it basically means is I can take a bite or two and then it's too much. And it just kind of to a point of my mouth actually will pucker, kind of almost like it was sour.
Yeah, I just kind of get a headache if I eat too much sugar. I love sweets, like carby sweets. I could pass by a steak or whatever, but the junk food kind of things were my weakness. And now if I can have a little bit of something occasionally, but otherwise it gives me a headache and I don't feel good. I'd love to go on a ketovore diet. I used to do keto way back at Ada. So I think Ada said she was the carnivore.
Yeah.
You know what? With these GLP-1s, I see so many people saying, well, I've changed my lifestyle. I'm making change. And that's great. Like, we want you, well, you can do what you want, but we want to eat whole food. We want to eat get more vegetables into our day. We want to eat a variety of foods, right? Not so much the protein supplements, but real food. And we want to figure out what a portion looks like, because we used to eat these huge portions and never be full. And now we're eating much smaller portions and getting full. We get that full signal now, right? It's like our brain and our stomach have been connected by these GLP-1s. So I think it's important to eat a healthy diet. I don't think you have to eat particularly any keto or
So we're not
carnivore
doctors.
or low carb or high like.
Well,
I think it's important to eat what you like, but figure out the portions, figure out what works into your plan, what works for you, because I don't want to spend a lifetime eating crap I don't like, because I did that for years on other diets of cottage cheese and made up mush and just, the shakes and the whole thing. I want to eat real food. I want to know what a real portion looks like. I want to be able to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't want to fast for 16 hours. But that's me. That's what I want to get out of this whole journey.
The key to this is these drugs are the medical treatment for the disease of obesity. Okay, they're not a diet. They're not a quick fix. They're not a fad. They are you working with your physician, your prescriber, to get a prescription to work to treat the disease of obesity or type 2 diabetes or sleep apnea or whatever it's been written for. But they're all medical problems. So in some cases, there may be ways that you want to evolve your eating habits to better work for you. But it's not about tricks. It's not about playing the diet game. It's not about this sort of mentality of how quick can I shift things around by doing these weird diets. And that's a tough thing to blow up, because this one's been chasing fad diets for the last
Since
30 years.
1984.
As long as I've known her, she's been chasing them.
Cabbage soup diet, anyone?
And the reality is,
yeah.
with these medications,
gross.
none of that is probably going to really impact your weight loss. Now, if you're type 2 diabetic, it might impact your A1C. So that's what you got to work with your doctor. You got to say, what are the things that I need to help me with this plan? My goal has always been to build a lifestyle that is something that we want to maintain for the rest of our life. And I don't want to deprive myself for the rest of my life. That's not ever what we wanted to do.
Mm-mm.
So I have done the absolute simplest version of this possible. I eat real food, real meat, real fish, chicken, pork, poultry, mostly grilled, sauteed, roasted, you name it.
Cheeseburger.
So occasionally. And then so it's protein first, then vegetables, and then a little bit of carbs and a little bit of other fats and things. But it's really about making fresh, tasty food that I want to eat, because we've only got so many bites, right? There's only so many things you can eat on these medicines. I don't want to put things that taste bad in my mouth, and I want to still like it, so I can still eat, because I love a piece a piece of salmon in the air fryer with a little seasoning on it. It's delicious. Just move on, and it'll always be delicious. I don't eat protein added things. I try not to eat too much processed foods, but we don't ban anything. So yes, we'll have ice cream once in a while. Yes, we'll have a donut once in a while. But those are few and far between, because we're focusing on trying to live a better life. All right, let's see here.
I like all the protein things. Piggy, thank you for your super chat, Piggy. Piggy asked no more. Non-scale victory, also known as an NSV. I am up about 8 pounds over the last few weeks, and I am not freaking out or obsessing over it. The realization that it's not fat, but normal part of the journey, up, down, sideways.
Yeah.
Life happens.
Good for you, man.
I mean, are you at your goal?
I don't
can't remember.
He's told me, but I don't remember.
So 8 pounds over the last few weeks. I mean, maybe take a look at what's happening. Is there some kind of event that's going on in your life? But yeah, life happens, right? So, stuff happens, and a lot of times when I'm stressed out, I reach for food. So just, take a look at what's going on, at what's happening. Is it something that, you want to talk to your doctor about? I don't know. But, you need to have a point where you don't want to go past, right? Like if you get to 10 pounds, like, let's talk, like what's going on here? Like what is really going on? But yeah, to be up or down a pound, couple pounds, 5 pounds, it happens, right? It happens to everybody. So, but you don't want, what is it my Weight Watchers later used to say, you don't want a slip to turn into a slide.
You got this, Piggy. It's our bodies are not constant things, right? We are constantly changing. We take food in, we take liquid in, it goes out. We are constantly changing. It's all good.
You can read this from Missy.
Oh, thank you, Christopher, for your intelligence and knowledge. Too smart. Thank you, Missy. Let's see here.
How much protein in that powder? Okay, so most protein powders are about 25 to 30 grams of protein per serving. That's that's kind of what they are in the ready to drink shakes.
I think she might have been talking to somebody else. Oh. But it's Darium. Hello, Darium. Thanks for being a member. He says only what you need. So Owen is sadness and I think he's probably quoting me. Sadness and desperation. Yeah.
Yeah. When Christopher Darium. When Christopher tastes something he doesn't like, he usually says it tastes like sadness, or it's the taste of despair. That's how you know when he really doesn't like it. Has anyone tried the Aldi knockoff of Fairlife milk? Is there? Did I see that? Did we get that? Do they have one?
We did the private brand one from.
There's one at Harris Teeter,
which is owned by Kroger.
It says
it's pretty good. It's called Carb Master.
Did I see one at Aldi? I think it's new, right? Because I think they stopped. I used to get Fairlife milk all the time at Aldi, and they stopped carrying it, or maybe they just haven't had it in a while. I don't think I've tried the Aldi one. There is one at Kroger Harris Teeter that's a good knockoff. It says Carb Master on it. But I would try it. Yeah, I would try it. Fairlife is cheaper at Sam's Club than Premier. Oh, really? Really?
Then we'd have to have a Sam's Club membership.
Really? That's true. Black Squirrel says, plant-based chocolate Ensure protein is my favorite in coffee. Love it. All right, Black Squirrel. Thanks for the tip. Linda Bookmiller says Fairlife is less than $2 a bottle at Costco. Now, there's different levels of Fairlife. So there's like a 42-gram Fairlife shake. There's like a 20, I think there's a 30-something, and there's a 24-something. So how much is probably the 24-something gram? It's the $2 a bottle ones. I can't imagine, because that 42 one I bought at Target for our taste test. It was almost $5 just for the one bottle.
42 grams is like a pound of steak. I mean, how much?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. I'm too cheap for that. But anyway, Simply Taisha. I can't wait. Taisha's coming on the cruise. Follow Taisha for good vegan meals. Gwen Roro. I love black coffee. Don't drink your calories. Good tip, Gwen. I don't usually drink my calories. I used to say I only drank calories if it was wine, and I don't really drink wine anymore. But yeah, I think a little protein in the morning is a good way to start your day. I put OWN in my fruit and veggie smoothies every day. No problem at all, but I wouldn't drink it straight. Yeah. Bill for real. OWN is my favorite, and I appreciate the ingredients. Well, see there, Mel. Somebody likes the OWN. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a certain combination of ingredients, Bill for real. I'm sorry, no offense. No, no. Mel. We all have our opinions, right? And that's what we do here. We're sharing our opinions, and what works for me may not work for someone else. Valerie Scruggs says I was addicted to Ghirardelli dark chocolate, but no more. Interesting.
Chocolate is a vegetable. I'm just saying.
It's not, but okay.
It actually is.
I mean, not when it's mixed with sugar and stuff
Well, yeah.
like that. But yeah, we went to the Ghirardelli store in San Francisco. We were in San Francisco in February, and we walked through, and they were making, like, they had all this chocolate. They were making sundaes, and
We didn't buy anything.
we didn't buy anything. I said, "Do you want to get a sundae?" We had just really eaten lunch, and I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Honestly, I was
Imagine
hoping they would
eating it.
like give you
Just
a
get a
sample.
piece.
I just
Yeah.
wanted, because they're
Just-
Ghirardelli, those little pieces.
But, and we didn't.
No samples.
We didn't
Yeah.
eat any of it. Ada says all the foods you like sounds a lot like ketovore. Fish. Yeah. We do eat a lot of.
It's because there are lots
meats.
of people who have written books and named things, and the reality is we pretty much eat farm to table.
Do we?
So yeah, we do. So we pretty much eat the same thing that people have been eating for a long time. Did somebody write a book and call it something? Maybe. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. I also don't eat breakfast in the morning, so I'm told I also fast. Not intentional. There is no, don't like it, don't hate it. That's just,
He's
I don't
just
eat
never
breakfast.
eaten breakfast. And I was reading a study that said, if you're not a breakfast eater, it doesn't serve you to necessarily start. Like if that's what you've always done, like, but you know what? Sometimes we have to change what we've always done to get where we're going, right? To get to a
Mhm.
different destination. Amen to thoughts on diet. Eat in a way that you can sustain for the rest of your life. Right. So I don't want to count points for the rest of my life. I don't want to count calories for the rest of my life. I want to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, a reasonable amount, high protein, maybe 30 grams of protein at each meal. And that's kind of a hard target, sometimes. So, but that's my goal, right? That's what I want to work toward. I find that I am not hungry for breakfast. Is it better to skip or have something small?
Not a doctor
I am not a doctor. Christopher never
or a
eats-
nutritionist. I don't eat
Christopher
breakfast.
never eats breakfast. He lost 102 pounds never eating breakfast. I most of the time eat breakfast. I usually put protein shake in my coffee. Today that was all I had for breakfast. I've been on a protein cereal kick lately, mainly Kashi cereal. I really like with Fairlife milk or knockoff Fairlife milk because it has more protein. Really, you can go either way. But if you're not hungry, don't eat. You want to make sure you're getting enough calories through the day. And I have seen some studies that say a high protein breakfast sets you up the best for your day. So experiment and see what works for you. How's that for an answer?
Talk to your doctor. Talk to a nutritionist.
Well, and if you have mochi, you can just go on and make that appointment to talk to the nutritionist, and it's covered under your plan. Like everybody needs to do that. Shonda C says, I wish I had a soda aversion. I was addicted to sodas. I would rather drink soda than eat. Oh, girl, I am feeling that way on the 7.5 shot, and I'm hoping that the 10 milligram will change that.
It might. Remains to be seen.
So I used to be a huge Diet Coke drinker, especially when I worked in retail back in the 90s. I would just get the refills on Diet Coke all day long because it was right across the hall from the store where I worked. So, maybe cut it back. So, if you're drinking 6 a day, drink 3 a day, cut it back gradually over time. Maybe replace a soda with a glass of water or a glass of water with some Crystal Light in it or, tea.
That being said,
coffee.
I have drank a Diet Coke every day, unless we didn't have it.
Well,
So,
now we have one Diet Coke at lunch.
mhm.
Sometimes he'll have a second one if he's working late or whatever. But I generally have one Diet Coke at lunch where, before I was, I've drank a lot of Diet Coke in my life. And if you're drinking regular soda, it's really just empty calories. If you're drinking regular soda, switch to diet soda.
Go to the zero ones. Those taste remarkably similar.
And some people will say, oh, the artificial sweeteners and this and that, whatever. But I still think it's better than drinking all those calories. I talked to Dr. Spencer Nadolsky. We did an interview the other day, and I asked him what he thought about diet sodas. He said, I love them. I love a Fresca.
I like a Fresca.
So it's
like a diet ginger ale,
it's
too.
levels of change, right? So
Canada Dry Diet ginger ale. It's nice and zippy, tasty.
As a type 2 diabetic, I started lower carb with my doctor and coach long before GLP-1s, and the combination is working for me wonderfully. But I had a cheeseburger and a shake last weekend. You go, Wayne Whitmer, with your shake and cheeseburger. Yeah, that's something I tell people all the time. Are you in a stall? You're in the plateau? Go eat a cheeseburger. Like, go eat a higher calorie meal, because you're probably just being super restrictive, and your body's saying, we're starving to death. I'm going to hold on to every morsel of food. And then you can kind of trick it by saying, oh, we're not starving. Look at this cheeseburger. And the body goes, yay. And then the next day you drop your calories back down, and you can kind of like get that going again.
And honestly, I think very often it's easy to get really low fat, and eating fat it keeps things moving. It's not, I know we all grew up in the 80s and fat was bad and all that, but it's not.
Well,
it's
not. It's a part of your, it can be a part of
a little bit of
diet,
fat's good
right?
for you once in a while.
Did your commercial ever air?
Nope.
Has not so far. I have not heard anything. I have not heard anything about it. We'll let you know. And when we see it, we'll let you know. I keep thinking we're going to randomly see it at some point, or somebody's going to call me and say, I saw you on TV. Everyone should speak with their healthcare team or registered dietitian. There is no one size fits all.
That's right.
Thanks, Karen. Yeah, good point. That's a healthy perspective. All right.
Everybody agrees with Karen.
Agreed, Karen. Karen F. Full of grays. Way too many lives on Tuesdays. Who's live on Tuesday?
Today's Wednesday.
I know today's Wednesday.
Mm.
So who's live on Tuesday?
I don't know. Probably Allie probably went live today too. She has started to.
Yeah, I don't know. Angela Wood, longtime viewer, first comment. 79 pounds lost. Maintenance now for 6 months.
Good for you, Angela.
Yay, good job. 79 pounds lost. Maintenance for 6 months. That's awesome. We should probably give away the scale.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
I forgot all about it.
I did forget all about it. So the way this works, here's the scale. Would you like to be Vanna White? Is in order to win the scale, you have to actually, let me put this up.
First, you have to click like. Just kidding.
First you have to hit like for sure.
And then you have to hit subscribe.
Yep. So you'll see here's the giveaway tool. So the way you win this, something here is you do hashtag giveaway, just like this in all caps in the comments. We'll give it a few minutes. So go ahead and make sure you hit like and subscribe. Do hashtag giveaway, and in 5 minutes or so, we will come back to it and hit the drawing, and you'll see it do a magical drawing. All right. So hashtag giveaway, all caps.
Donna Litz Johnson said she did see a Mochi TV commercial during Deadline White House on MSNBC today, but it wasn't us.
Yeah,
if you see me on a commercial, if you see me on a Mochi commercial, let us know. We're playing pickleball. We're cooking salmon. We're talking about our weight loss journey. So yeah, we recorded a commercial for Mochi Health, and we don't ever say anything about any medication. Like, it doesn't mention anything about that, only about our weight loss journey and how much weight we've lost. We'll see.
Let's see.
What are you doing? You want to give away the meat sticks first, or we're just going to go straight to the scale?
We'll do that first.
Going straight to the big prize. I respect that y'all feel that way, but some people actually enjoy it. That works for you. That's awesome. I used to do it. I eat 85 to 90% healthy. I love to do once a week, 36 hours fasting. Okay.
Yeah. So, honestly, we're not fans of keto, carnivore, or fasting. That doesn't mean that's not the right thing for you. And honestly, just as soon as we say that, people will come for us because they're very rabid fans out there do what's right for you. Talk to your doctor.
Do what's right for you
It's all
is
good.
the key. I could not go 36 hours. I mean, I guess I did when I did my colonoscopy prep. I drank the chicken broth for a day. At Chandra, just like Laraine and Christopher said, to eat real protein, and I eat my favorite veggies and berries. I do love berries. This helps, or Tirzepatide helps the noise go away from processed carbs. A little piece of cake on my birthday. Yeah, I had my birthday in March, and my daughter made a cake, and I had like one piece of it, and then it just kind of sat there, and it ended up, I think we each had one piece, and then the cake went bye-bye. It just wasn't calling to me. I just didn't want it. So
All right, is everybody putting it in? Hashtag giveaway. I'll give you a few more
it's
minutes.
just a dead giveaway.
Wayne says I have liquid lunches once in a while. I enjoy my beer.
All right, Wayne. Wayne's World, party time. Excellent. Chocolate is low carb and delicious, but I don't crave it anymore since I started the GLP. Yeah, sometimes I do feel kind of like I need something chocolate every once in a while, but that's where I like the protein bars, because I get that chocolate flavor, but I'm also working toward my protein goal. So, you just have to, sometimes what you want, you just have to have what you want, and nothing else is going to hit the spot until you have what you want. Lewis says, I need to avoid all sweet tastes to avoid triggering my carbohydrate addiction. You know what? That's a good point. Sometimes you just have to stay away from things to kind of get some distance, and you don't want to go down a path. Eating fat doesn't make you fat, and it's delicious. That's correct. But yeah, we don't eat a lot of fat, but we do eat some.
Well, but I cook with
Lorraine's
olive oil.
goal.
I cook with butter. I cook with and we're not afraid of it.
He does all the cooking.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of a steak with some marbling in it. It's all good.
It would be great just to eat wholesome, real food and not have to count points, carbs, or calories. Yeah, that's my goal in life, right? But see, I'm watching the scale, so I do weigh myself every day. And if I see the scale going down like it did this morning, like, this is my thinnest weight ever. Like, I think I need to eat some, like, I don't think I've been eating enough. Weird, right? Because usually it was the other way around. But yeah, I let that be.
So it looks like there's 71 entries. So if you want to win the scale, put in hashtag giveaway. Hashtag giveaway. So got a few more minutes, and then I'm going to hit the draw button. Here comes 72. Surely there's 100 of you out there who want to win a scale.
But also, let me be clear: if I was not on this compounded Tirzepatide, I would definitely have to count points, count calories, like really monitor myself, because that was the only way I ever lost weight before compounded Tirzepatide. So. Will I be on it forever? Probably. But you know what? There's other medications coming out down the road, so we'll see. We'll see what goes. But for now, yep, I'm taking it. Taking it every week.
73.
All right. So,
are you ready?
You ready? Who's gonna get the scale? Dun, dun,
74.
Dun.
Coming in. Sure, there's the 75th person out there. Who is it?
How many people are on the thing right now?
There's 246 people out there.
So maybe they already got their own.
Likes.
They're like, Laraine, I already got the scale. Just draw.
All right, here I go. 74 entries.
Draw. Survey says, and if you don't want it, well, they probably wouldn't enter it if you don't want it. Do Linda Bookmiller! Yay, Linda! Yay! Okay, Linda, send me an email. I know you have my email address because you sent me one today. And I'll, with your address, and I'll send you this lovely scale. So, and you guys can email me if you want to be on Downsized Dish. Like, send me an email. We'll talk about it in a minute. We're drawing meat.
Well, you
stick.
can do that.
Oh, we got a hashtag meat.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So tell them about the hashtag meat.
All right. So if you want to be eligible to win meat sticks, Meat sticks. It's about $20 for the meat sticks.
Are we gonna just one person's gonna get all these?
No, I'm not. Yeah, one per. It'll cost more in postage. Then we'll just send it home. There's a Mighty Spark chicken snack stick, 60 calories per stick, and I don't know. There's like 20 grams of protein or something in there.
And then we got all these turkey chomps.
Oh, 6 grams of protein and a whole bunch of chomps.
So if you want the turkey chomps or the, we got 3 chicken. Well, let's do 2. We'll do the chicken and then we'll do the chomps. How about that?
Okay, whatever.
All right. Okay. So, all right. So do hashtag meat. And the first one will be the 3-pack of.
And we probably have some
chicken
other stuff we
teriyaki.
could throw in there. Yeah, I might be able to find something else.
Oh, look at it, the green, because we're on a green screen. This isn't really behind us. We're on a green screen. Usually when we record downstairs, like our weekly weigh-in and stuff, we're actually in our living room or we're actually in our kitchen. But for this, we have like equipment and to see like people and all the things. We're in our home studio. Why do you have a home studio, Laraine? Because during COVID, we used to do conferences. Well, we still do for our business. And when everything shut down, we did virtual conferences. So we got all this equipment. And that's how we started this because we had all the stuff. Okay. Mighty Spark chicken snack sticks. Who is the lucky winner? Are they gonna have to do meat again for the chomps?
No, I'll just hit. I can just
Okay.
hit draw again.
All right, hit draw, Christopher.
Oh, hold on.
What? Oh, you're not.
Can't see it.
Oh. Dun 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 dun. Wendy! Mindy! Yay, Mindy! Okay. I'm gonna put post-it notes on these because. All right, Mindy. Do I have?
All right, you guys can still enter if you want to type in the
email
hashtag.
address. Okay, so that goes to Mindy, and Linda gets a scale. And now we're gonna do a drawing for
The
turkey.
pile of chomps.
This is 2, 4, 6 chomps. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Dawn Smith, you are the winner of these beautiful chomps meat sticks. Yay!
So,
Okay, Dawn, send me an email to Laraine. Dawn, this pen just ran out. Dawn Smith. Send me an email with your address to Laraine@thedownsized.org. Or if you would like to be on the Downsized dish and tell your weight loss story, anyone watching, please send me an email to Laraine@thedownsized.org. And you can be on the Downsized dish. We've got a lot of interviews out there of people who are on a GLP-1 weight loss journey.
Yeah.
So I think it's always good to like see what other people think and what they're doing and learn, maybe see if we can learn something from each other. And, it's all good.
yeah, all right. The only problem with the giveaway tool is then I have to scroll past about 700. Giveaway.
Oh well.
Let's see where I was.
La la la. I was stalled for a couple weeks and bam, dropped several pounds.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, we see that a lot, right? So your body has to like level out sometimes. Like it loses, and it says, "Hey, I don't think so." But if you just hang with it long enough, and you have to remember that this is GLP-1 life now, right? We're on it. I drink more water on the 2.5 and the 5. I need to get back to it. I told y'all last stream that I was almost at 80 pounds down. I just don't want to go backwards. Just keep taking your shot. Keep doing the things. You're doing all the things, right? Because it gets like, you see the scale go down like 80 pounds. That's a lot. That's a significant amount of weight. And even if you've lost a lot of weight before, like this this to me was different, right? And it's almost like you don't want to do anything to mess it up. And is it all going to go away in an instant? It's not. Just keep taking your shot. Keep doing what you're doing. Do all the things, and you'll get there. Hashtag giveaway. Love watching you. I am 9 weeks into Zepbound. Yay, Fran George. Dana, Virginia. Does anyone have any issues with the Amble provider? My friend just started and within a few days had to get her appendix out. Oh, dear. But during surgery, it was not appendicitis, but inflammation.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I have not heard
I haven't heard any
like
appendix-related things. It's possible.
Usually this reduces inflammation, so it's hard to say. We're not doctors.
No, we are not doctors.
But I haven't heard that. I have heard of Amble. Health at any cost, read Diet Coke. I drank 8 to 10 cans a day for 30 years, trying to quit every day. Day 1 of Mounjaro, quit cold turkey without even trying. Didn't even want to. It just happened. Traded it for shopping. Yeah, isn't it funny how some things it just turns off? Just turned off. I think when I was pregnant with each child, I quit all artificial sweeteners. And then I went right back to them as soon as I gave birth. I gave up Coke Zero for months, but now have added it back, and I have one a day most days. It is so rewarding. I mean, I do love a Diet Coke. Has anyone compiled a list of telehealth pharmacies still providing compounded Tirzepatide? I've gathered a few from comments on the Downsized. I mean, I use Mochi Health. There's a few others out there.
Yeah, I mean, I started to do that, and it was just this never-ending process. And
it's just hard to keep
the reality
up with.
of the telehealth providers is they depend on the compounding pharmacy. So it's really about where they're getting it from.
Mm-hmm.
So we know there's a few that are still out there providing it, but they're few and far between. I mean,
And
Mochi, Orderly,
yeah, and not
Lavender
every
Sky.
pharmacy ships to every state, so it also varies by the state in which you live.
Amble, there's some other ones that are still
Brello.
doing Semaglutide too. Brello, I think Hims and Hers is still trying to push Semaglutide. I don't know. Who knows what'll happen at the end of the month with that. But they're few and far between. So, I mean, plan up, stock ahead as much as you can. Watch your bud dates, the whole 9 yards. I think I read that.
Taisha does not like meat sticks. Yep. Don't worry, Taisha. We'll send them to Mindy and to, was it Don Smith? Lewis says, nothing wrong with fasting. Nothing wrong with carnivore. Just like eating vegan, whatever you want to do. Exactly, Lewis. Exactly. Do what works for you.
And says, don't give me the meat sticks vegan. No meat sticks for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to scroll through all the giveaways.
Oh, okay.
There's lots.
All right. Yay, Linda. Congratulations, Linda. Yeah. So,
no meat.
I had another news. Oh my gosh, I never win anything. Yay, Linda! Yay! In other news, I had a mammogram yesterday, and I'm happy to report that everything was clear. Came back, thumbs up. So, ladies, if you're, is it 40 and up? You have to get a Is it 35 and up?
I don't know.
It's been so long. I've done for so many years now. It's really just, it's not even a big deal anymore, right? So make sure you get your yearly mammograms. It's important. If you're over the age of 50, you got to get those colonoscopies, guys, because that's important too. So I've done them. Christopher's done them.
Oh, yeah.
It's important. Okay. Lisa Jones says, I increased my calorie intake and added a few foods in moderation that I had removed from my diet. And now my weight loss is a little higher week to week. I get that, because there were always certain foods that I just felt like I could not eat. Like a Starbucks Frappuccino. Like that was so decadent. Like that was just the highest calorie thing. Like a Chick-fil-A milkshake. Like like stuff. Not and even like little things like bread. Like a slice of bread, I usually just tended to avoid because I'm like, I probably need to spend my calories on something else. And so now I've kind of worked some things back in, and it's funny to see if you still lose working those things back in, right? Because it really wasn't, it was the quantity of food we were eating before, right? It was just, we were eating too much and too much all the time. So we can have little treats or bread here and there. Like but we're just not eating so much anymore. It's interesting. Really enjoyed Karen's interview last night. Yeah. So we did interview with Karen last night, and I just recorded one with Cinnamon, another longtime viewer, and
there's a lot of guys
bunch.
out there. I'm always looking for guys to do interviews with. So reach out.
Yeah.
We'd love to talk to you, learn about it. It doesn't matter where you are in this process. You can be just starting, you can be finished, or anywhere in between.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's looking for somebody that looks like them. So,
Mm-hmm.
we chat. It's fun. It's, and we've done one a week really for the last 40 weeks or something like that. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to binge, there's a lot of interviews out there. And then we've started doing interviews with doctors as well. They're a little harder to get to and harder to find, but we'll have one coming out with Dr. Megan this week. And then I've got 3 or 4 more scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to film with Dr. Dan on his tomorrow, and he moved his again. Apparently he told me he had some kind of surgery.
Oh. Yeah, if I don't know if you guys follow Dr. Dan. He's out of Canada. He has a YouTube channel. We did an interview with him a few months ago, and it was really just like some eye-opening stuff, right? So I always like to get doctors' points of views, even from doctor to doctor. Their points of views on these things vary because we're all just kind of still learning and figuring things out. So doctors that have dealt with many patients on a GLP-1, I really like to hear what they have to say. Another good doctor to follow is Dr. Alexandra Soa. She has an Instagram. We did an interview with her. She wrote a book called Ozempic Revolution. You can find it on our Amazon store. It's fantastic. It answers a lot of questions too. And it's not just about Ozempic. It's like all GLP-1s. I think she just, everybody knows Ozempic. Everybody's heard the jingle, right? Esther Lee, fatigue is my only negative side effect. How do I stay awake? Like fatigue for me wasn't really like, it was just kind of like I was wiped out. You know what I mean? I would make sure you're getting enough sleep. I would make sure you're drinking enough water. I would maybe try some electrolytes in your water, ask your doctor. And then really sometimes the day after my shot, I would just have to rest. I would just have to take a nap. Like there's just really, your body is just getting used to the medication. So sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do, but
and the further you get into it, Esther, I think you asked this, we've talked about this before, but the further you get into it, your body will adjust. And although I periodically will have some fatigue, really 78, 79 weeks into it now, I don't have it very often, maybe once a month. And then honestly, we work out of our house, I take a nap.
Take a look at what you're eating. Maybe you need some carbs, maybe you need some energy. So don't be afraid to
which is what Lisa Jones says.
Yeah, I had fatigue early in my journey, but eventually my body adjusted. I had to give myself grace during the early days. Yeah.
Gwen says Brello here.
Brello. Yeah.
Nick says Bell Health. I'm not familiar with Bell Health, but
Brello.
It says Bell.
Yeah, but he meant Brello, didn't you, Nick?
I don't know.
I know what you meant. Brenda, I think I know what you meant. Brenda says, I started at 247.4 and now 6 months later, I am 178.8 with a lot of hair loss. Insomnia while lifting weights 4 hours a week and cardio 2 hours a week. Still on probably 5 milligram, not 0.5, Zepbound.
So let's celebrate that weight loss.
Yeah.
So good job.
That's a lot. Is that 80 pounds? 240? That's a lot. So, so I think you're losing more than the average. A lot of times when you have that big weight loss, the hair sometimes will go along with it. Make sure you're eating enough. You're lifting weights. You're doing cardio. You're on the second dose of Zepbound.
Have you talked to
Make
your
sure you're
local
eating
physician
enough.
and make sure a guy would get some blood work done? Just get
Yeah.
yourself checked out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the insomnia is troubling. I would definitely talk to your doctor about that, about the hair loss. A lot of people like the for hair loss.
The supplement.
I can't remember it. What's it called? Somebody help me. It's the one that is talked about a lot. My hairdresser recommended it. We put it on our Amazon store, but it's way down the list of things. But, just definitely make sure you're taking a multivitamin. Talk to your doctor. That's a lot of things. Just started watching your channel. Love the advice. Started Zepbound 5 weeks ago. All right, PDL 9033. Thank you. Pamela says, I find the medicine doesn't have a half-life for me. Day 4, 5, 6, my appetite is really suppressed. Well, fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I find that on going through this, I think at the beginning too, it was like around the week it seems like as I got more into it, especially in maintenance, I can feel it wearing off toward the end. But
that may change as you take it too. I mean,
yeah, generally the medicine has a half-life of 5 days. So on day 5, 6, 7, you may feel hungrier than days 1, 2, 3, 4 after the shot. So again, your mileage may vary. 40 and up for women with the mammograms, right? Yeah, 40. Wow, have I gotten that many mammograms?
Apparently so.
It's a lot. Has anyone had any response from Mochi? Several messages left, and I'm at a loss. Linda Bookmiller, who won the scale a little while ago, got up this morning at 5 a.m. and was on hold for about 20 minutes and got through to Mochi. I know this because she sent me an email today. So I think that's... Yeah. And sometimes I put messages through the portal and it's been days and they don't come back. It used to be a 24-hour pretty much response time. And now I think they're so overloaded that your best bet is to call the 24/7 number at an off time. You can also send an email to hello@joinmochi.com. Although I did that on Sunday and I didn't get a response back. So call, I think, early in the morning is your best bet. Gwen says, family history of breast cancer. Got mine early and cancer was found early. Oh, wow. I'm 15 years out now from surgery and radiation. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm glad that they found it early. Yeah, that's
15 years out from surgery and radiation. Good for you.
Yeah, awesome. I have a friend she's in my book club. Her mother died of breast cancer. Her grandmother died of breast cancer. She had the genetic testing done. They found that she had the gene and she had a preventative double mastectomy. I mean, it's just, it's a lot, right? So I'm glad that you're 15 years out. Good job.
Oh, Nutrafol.
Thank you, Darian.
What you think?
Nutrafol. Yeah, that's the one my hairdresser recommended. But my hair, when I got to maintenance and I quit losing, it kind of came back. I had a lot of hair to start with, so it's hard to say, but I did notice it got a little bit thinner there for a while, right in the middle of my weight loss journey. RUWSU. Hi, popping in to say hi, and so I can see you read my comment during my rewatch in the morning. Longtime subscriber. I don't think I've ever seen you comment, RUWSU. Down 105 since December 2023. Wow, about 20 pounds left to go. Last 20 are the slowest.
That is the truth.
Tell them about it, Christopher.
I mean, it took me, I don't know, 4 or 5 months to get the last 20 down.
Yeah.
And your body's fighting you. It's, you think about the first 20 when I'm 100 pounds overweight. Well, that's a much smaller percentage of almost 300 pounds. The last 20, much larger percentage. It just takes longer. It's just, you got to make sure you're eating right, doing the things.
CC says, prior to this journey, I had a Starbucks mocha frappuccino every day. During this journey, I've allowed myself 2, maybe 3 a week. Lost 67 pounds in maintenance, going strong. Yeah. So, I used to get just the tall one, and then I'd get it with no whip. And then I figured out you could also get it made with skim milk, but that wasn't as good. And I actually haven't had one. I had one not too long ago, and both my girls were like, Mom, why are you drinking a Frappuccino? I'm like, because I can, because I want one. No hair loss here. That's what Christopher says too.
I had an afro.
He had
before
a
we
full
started
head of
this.
hair
No,
before he. No, he did.
I did not.
When I met him, he pretty much looks like this, only heavier.
A little bit more hair.
Yeah, a little bit more hair.
Uh,
Did you show her before and afters?
No, but we could.
I'm winding down. I'm fading.
Yeah.
Show her before and afters, and then
Before and afters. Let's
forget
see
which button
here.
it is. So that's us on our porch in 2020. I was about 210 there. Christopher's probably 300 there. And then here's some more before and afters. Oh, yeah, that was a maximum. That was just a couple of years ago. Barb says she shaves her head, so she doesn't know if she has hair loss or not. And here's me. Yeah. So that's me 50-ish pounds down. There was another one of our cruise pictures.
Oh, yeah, there's one of this one.
Cruise photos. So yeah, when we go on the cruise, we like to take pictures because if we get dressed up and we're feeling fancy. So yep, that was the silver dress. I bought that dress at Aldi. I loved that dress. It was so sparkly and stretchy, and if I gained some weight, it would stretch, and I could roll it up tight and throw it in the suitcase. And I have since given it to Goodwill because I think I paid about $9 for it anyway. But I did love that dress. And then the other picture in the pink was on a cruise this past summer. Anyone else received the recall letter from Akeda Pharmacy? Haven't received my March or April prescription. I might need to use that medicine.
So that recall letter was spurred by the state of Massachusetts and was a result of what had happened earlier in Washington. So the exact same problem. It just took Massachusetts a little while to respond to it. It was a voluntary recall. They did not force a recall.
There's nothing wrong with them. I mean, you can go look up your batch number and see the third-party testing that they did on all the medicine that shipped out of Equita. They found nothing wrong. But if you want your money back in the state of Massachusetts, they're going to make sure you can get your money back if you want to. I
can tell you, we just finished our last Akeda.
We just finished our last. I used Akeda for probably 6 months, 8 months. I don't know. It's up to you. I used it. Lisa Jones says, good news. Found out my insurance pre-authorization has finally been approved for Zepbound. Yay! Unfortunately, it was quickly gutted by the reality that the copay will be.
I give you confetti, but I'm sad for you too.
Do you have the Eli Lilly coupon? Because it might bring the cost of that down. So go to EliLilly.com or maybe just Google Zepbound savings card.
Google Zepbound savings card. If you watch the video I posted today about the savings card, it explains all of them, and the link is in the description.
It might take off some off of that $625 a month, so it'd be worth a shot.
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything to get the savings card.
Yeah.
So
will be cheaper to get it direct from Lilly.
Maybe it depends on what dose you are. So you can buy vials from Lilly direct up to the 10 milligram dose. There's single-use vials, and then I think what you said the prices earlier, it's like $3.95 and $4.99 or something.
I think it's $3.99 for the
Yeah.
2.5 and $4.99 for the 5 milligram dose. If you go to lilydirect.com, you can see all the pricing. If you're on a higher dose, number one, they don't have the top doses in the vials from
Yeah.
Lily Direct. It's really just the first 4 doses.
And then, yeah, I would look at the savings card for that as well and see if that helps you out.
Well, with Lily Direct, you can't use a savings
Yeah.
card, but the savings card if you're going to like CVS.
Yep.
At Lisa Jones, do you have to meet a deductible? Then it gets cheaper. Yeah, some people, you have to look at your insurance plan, because some, like we used to have a long time ago an insurance where if you like spent $1,000 on medicines, like after that, then everything was $25. But the insurance plans just vary so wildly. You really have to be a investigative reporter on your own health insurance and dig through it.
And even from the same company that's doing it. So every Blue Cross Blue Shield policy varies company to company, state to state. It's,
I never realized how varied insurance could be. Dana, Virginia, meant to comment that you look so slim and your exercise short. Oh, thanks. Great job. Yeah. I mean, I go to the gym, like no makeup, my hair's pulled back. Like I am just, I'm there for a purpose. Right. And it's nice to be able to wear, slimmer clothes. I saw the video from today.
Well, thank you.
That was a great video you did about the savings card info. Yep.
Thank you.
Subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've got 214 viewers, 246 likes. I always like it when the likes are bigger than the viewers. And we've been on now for almost 2 hours. So thanks, y'all, for hanging with us. I talked about Lily. I think it was more than Amazon with coupon. Yeah, you have to figure out how your insurance covers or whatnot. So,
Steph V, you may have gotten messed up, but she says, did you see I lost 5.1 pounds since 4.6? Sorry, I'm working while watching 5.1. So cool. No thyroid. It's so hard to lose weight. Love this Tirzepatide. Let me give you some confetti, Steph V. There we go. Good job.
I thought you had started before that, Steph. I guess, was that your first order that you were having so much trouble getting? I think maybe it was. Yeah, well, good. I'm glad you thought. I didn't know you didn't have a thyroid. That must be super hard. Like I used to say, oh, maybe it's my thyroid. Maybe that's why I'm not losing weight. No, it was not. For Mochi, my batch number isn't listed. For the 3-month supply I received in January.
Because it's too early. They didn't. They only released all of those that were the
like
time in question
March.
From this. So earlier than that, you should be fine.
Yeah, that there was no.
Wonky donkey 555 says from Massachusetts and not sending mine back.
I mean, if it were me, I wouldn't send mine back. You do what you feel is right for you. I am not a doctor. That's just my opinion. I'm subscribed. All right, good. All right. No, it won't ever get cheaper. It's so frustrating. Literally has been life-changing. Weighed nearly 300 pounds, horrible inflammation, sleep apnea, and short of breath all the time.
Well, so have you been tested for sleep apnea? Because sleep apnea is one of those things that has been approved for a lot of insurances and it's still coming in. It has to be moderate or severe. But talk to your doctor about the sleep apnea thing. Because
Zepbound is approved for sleep apnea. So your insurance might cover it.
It might.
Sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Worth looking
Definitely. Let's see. Shorty says good night. And we're going to be good night here shortly as well, Shorty. So we'll be doing that.
All right.
Yeah. I think that's going to be us for this evening.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in and sticking with us. And make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Schedule a Downsized dish interview with me, Laraine at thedownsized.org. You can go to our website at thedownsized.org and check out, we got a lot of stuff on there. We got an email list. We got the cruise info. We got an Amazon store. We're Amazon affiliates. We might make a small commission if you buy something. So thank you very much. And
That's us for tonight.
I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. Tomorrow's step aerobics class. Maybe I'll try to do another video. Yep.
There you
right.
go.
Good night.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you very much.